All right, you ready to do the hot topics?
Let's do it.
Hot topics. You know you've made it when you can own an island, right? Well, you can own one here in Kentucky.
Ooh.
It's known as Sweetheart Island, located in Danville. 119 acres surrounded by Lake Harrington. It can only be reached by boat. At one time was a landing strip and the property was farmed for a cool $1 million. This could be yours.
So are you allowed to build a home?
Does that thing come with it? What is that?
That.
A donkey?
That is the caregiver on the property.
Okay.
Yes.
I'd like to have that.
So it's $1 million. If you could build a house on this,
What do you got, a rope ladder? How do you get up there?
There's got to be an easily more boat accessible side, surely.
Catapult.
Let's go visit it. We should see if they'll let us come out and visit it. I want to. That is cool. Who owns it now?
Bill Mack.
Bill Mack owns it. Whenever we say we're going to Bill Mack's house, we're getting on the boat.
He owns an island.
Yeah.
It would be fun to say, I own an island.
I own an
Where
island.
in the Caribbean? No, Danville.
Harrington Lake, actually.
Yeah,
but,
Boyle County.
Yeah. What's the guy, Richard Branson, that owns an island? Does he own an island? The Virgin?
He owns everything.
He owns everything.
Yeah, but he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be nice. We're going to Danville, y'all. Let's go. I really do want to go
Road
out there.
trip.
All right, so America's most iconic cookie is launching some new flavors, the Oreo, and these are spicy flavors. One is wasabi.
Wasabi!
And the other is hot chicken wings.
Yeah.
These are Oreo cookies. Again, so you're going to have the chocolate cookies with these flavors in between wasabi and a hot chicken wing. You won't find these flavors on store shelves anytime soon. That's because they're only available in China.
How many times have I said,
I know, Lee hates
stop
when we do these
doing the stories
I know, we need to stop doing these.
that I can never eat something? You tease me with it, then you tell me it's in China.
Yeah. Okay, so you can purchase them in Beijing, Lee. You just have to pay shipping.
I don't want a wasabi Oreo.
Yeah, both are available on eBay. If we did the hot chip challenge, we could do this.
Well, I'm sure it's not that hot.
I'm sure it's just gross.
Yeah, that
Nothing in
doesn't
me
sound
wants
good.
this. Nothing
Yeah.
in me wants to taste this. Let me tell you what I want, though. We shot something really fun this morning over at our friends from Raising Cane's. As we said, they're our sponsor for Tailgate Week, so thank you to Raising Cane's. We love you guys. I could eat their chicken all day long.
Yeah,
Literally, it's all
good.
I've been thinking about. But it was indecent to eat chicken at 9 o'clock this morning,
And
so we did not.
the dipping sauce,
Oh my gosh, the sauce. So delish.
even better.
Yes.
Well, a Texas high school student battling brain cancer was told to leave her wig at home. The wig was turquoise, and the school said the wig violated the dress code. The student undergoes treatment that causes her to lose her hair. School received a huge backlash and reversed its stance and granted an exemption for her.
Excellent.
So the student says she's grateful the officials reconsidered.
I am glad. Is this the wig in question? Because this
No, I
has
don't
a
think that's
touch of a
turquoise.
turquoise
Does it?
tint to it. Is
Really?
it Matt?
Well, if that's it, then they should be ashamed
It
of
is on our
themselves.
screen. I can't see very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's silly. Come on, they had
Surely
to know her
that's not the
condition. I'm
wig
glad that they
in
rethought
question.
this because I feel like sometimes when we have these stories, it ends up schools like, nope, it's the guideline. And sometimes, yes, the guidelines are guidelines, rules are rules. But in this case, you know, she's going through something so, serious.
But that's a pretty good exemption because
I
if
agree.
some other kid wants to come in and be a distraction,
right. She's not
you're
trying to
going
be a
to say,
distraction.
do you have cancer? Do you have brain cancer? Then take the dumb wig off.
Yes.
But this girl, it's a
Yeah.
good exemption.
Yes, it is. Yes. Well, after months in the NICU, a premature baby has graduated from the hospital to home. This is little Cullen Potter. Cullen was born 18 weeks premature, weighed just under 14 ounces, not even a pound. Only given a 2% chance of survival. We'll get this. On his last day at the hospital, Cullen Potter wore a teeny tiny cap and gown.
I love that.
Sweet angel baby. Video of the graduation ceremony went viral on social media. Oh my gosh. Cullen's parents said they hope their story will teach other parents to always seek options.
Right.
So they persevered, they stuck with it, even with that 2% chance of survival. Clearly they had amazing care and, and look at this sweet baby Cullen. What a story and what a cute cap and gown. Oh.
It's a wonderful story.
Yes.
Positive about life. Okay, well, California is completely changing the way it handles bail.
Ooh.
The governor signed into law a new measure that will allow people to leave jail before trial without having to post bail. People arrested for nonviolent misdemeanors would be released from jail within 12 hours after being booked. There are exceptions. Certain people do not qualify for the program, such as those arrested for violent crimes or who have previous felony convictions. The new law goes into effect October of 2019. Now, there's a lot of law and order folks out there that are probably upset by that. But when you got such overcrowding,
Oh, I know.
Got to do something.
Yeah, I think this
makes
sense.
You want the really bad people locked up.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a guy who jaywalked.
Used a straw that he wasn't supposed to.
That's right. Oh, don't get me started with using the straw and threw it down, because we got to protect a turtle.
That's right. You don't have to post bail now.
And I love turtles.
Yes, he does. A swarm of bees took residence on top of a hot dog vendor's umbrella in Midtown Manhattan.
Wow.
Look at this. So many bees, officials actually shut down an intersection. This was right near the Hard Rock Cafe in the middle of Times Square.
There goes that guy.
A police officer known
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh my gosh, this is for his new show on Netflix. It would not shock me. The officer known as the NYPD's bee guy
vacuuming them up.
got up there and safely removed
Look, he's using a vacuum.
Well, a shop vac sometimes is the only option. I wonder if they'll get him down in there and then they'll release him outside. I don't think it kills him.
It's got to be like a near-death experience
Where's
for the
Tom
bee.
Ackerman when we need him? He's our bee guy.
Yeah,
he can tell us what's going on here.
He's what do we call bee people?
Beekeeper.
No, there's another term.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there?
Yes.
What is it?
It's something with. It's not aviary because that's birds.
Oh.
But it's something.
Keeper of the bees.
No, it's not keeper of the bees.
Oh, you're right. It's the keeper of the bees.
See, I get no help here.
The bee tender, bee man.
Taylor Swift is about to be a free agent.
What?
Yeah, pop megastar's contract with Big Machine Records expires in November. Swift signed with the label 13 years ago when she was 15. The latest album, Reputation, is the last release under her current contract. Now, Variety reports Swift and her team have been talking to other labels about her next deal. Music insiders say Swift is likely to make recording history as she negotiates her next contract.
Yeah, I mean, Big Machine, surely, I mean, they have been with her since the beginning. Surely they're going to make a big play to keep her, don't you think? They're not just going to let her go to some other label.
It may behoove her not to sign with anybody and just do it herself.
I don't know enough about the music business to know
keep everything.
how that works, yeah.
I know you want, but again, she's rich enough. She can hire staff to help with promotion and distribution.
Yeah.
And keep the money.
Yeah, that's true.
She's in a position of power. Why would you even give any of it away?
Yeah.
If I was her.
I didn't know. So does that mean her single contract that she signed at 15 has lasted all the way up till now?
Yes.
That's how long of a contract it was?
Yeah. And that's,
or has she
what I'm saying.
re-signed as the years have gone by?
Whoever her advisors are, is all that money that the Big Machine label made could be yours now if you don't sign with somebody.
Taylor, come see us. We would like to advise you.
I mean,
for a handsome settlement.
There's going to be expenses incurred to do what the label does, but still, I bet it's worth her while.
We shall see. No doubt, she's a big talent. I love her. Whatever she does, I love it.
She's talented.
I love her. Go, Taylor, go. All righty, so
What's that new song? We like that one.
Delicate.
Yeah.
Delicate. Yes, we like to sing
That's my favorite part.
Delicate. Any song she sings, I'm in on it. I don't care what she comes out with. I'm one of those fans. I don't care. It could be horrible. I love it. Okay, so those are our hot topics today. It is time.